Why, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. It is I, the Copper Owl, bringing you a fan review of the Praetorian Pyre as requested by the Gunslinger. Guys, this is like the fourth time I accidentally pressed the stop button on the third one, and I had like two big rants about this figure and one heartfelt speech and everything and all that. So, yeah. So, I'm going to try to keep this short. It was like half an hour long, too. So, the Pyre is a weird figure. It's my first Praetorian. So, it's not like, I want to say it's not a good impression, but I assume the plastic is different with this one because it's kind of a bit wobbly. He's very loose on his joints. So, I feel like just a light breeze compared to the other figures will knock him over. His legs are stiff. Look at that. His arms are okay though. And you can see like I don't have a lot of his accessories on. And that's because his accessories have a tendency to fall off, and this one has a loose barrel on it. The other one is perfectly fine. So yeah. I'm going to say like I'm going to be like all over the place with this figure because the Praetorians are like an android and they have this force field. So I assume they're not indestructible. But for some reason, the Praetorian Pyre, I'm going to read his part about him, not the other Praetorians. This Praetorian Ember is the newest model spawning in the field. It utilizes gyroscopic generator units spread throughout its chassis to absorb kinetic energy and turn it into heat. Beating on it and shooting it not only doesn't make it stop, it actually heats it up, turning it into a translucent and impossible to approach. The upper limits of its temperature capacity are unknown, but troops have witnessed Ember units superheated enough to melt their way through armor plating. Okay, so for one, why is it called the Pyre and the Ember? Is it like the unit is the Ember? And also, another problem I have with that naming, why doesn't it have the flamethrower? If its whole thing is about getting heated up. You know what I mean? I assume, also why are the guns also in the same material that heats up? Wouldn't the bullets just melt and explode inside of them? Are the bullets made so that they don't out of the same material as the armor? It adds so many stupid questions and all that. Like, isn't this a polymer gun? Wouldn't it melt? Oh, you had to make a special gun that's indestructible to the heat of this thing and all that. So, how much money was wasted in R&D for this robot? You think about it, this is all really dumb. Because ultimately, there is something, because of the superheating thing. In theory, couldn't I just go put this thing in water and put two of these things in water, repeatedly have one be punched into nads so much that it heats up the unit to superheated levels, and it boils the water, and we could have a steam engine out of that. You have just solved the energy crisis. Are the Crimson Shadows just powered by two of these things rock'em sock and roboting each other in a pool somewhere? You got to think about that. It's like this concept is really, really dumb. I think I would have preferred if the idea is like, oh, you're looking at it through night vision. If this is just, oh, night vision effect and everything, and you made other figures, they're like, oh, night vision. I think that would have been better. Because a lot of characters in Valiverse have like the night vision goggles. It's like, oh, this is what they see when you look through the night vision goggles. That would have given you a reason to have more of these things, too. To army build a bunch of characters. So you could pretty much recreate that scene from Predator 2, where it's looking and it sees the guys in the freezer So yeah, this is, which one's the funky one? It's this one. So yeah, I was like, why? Why do you do this? Or are these things like inherently violent that you can't really do something like that with them? Like you can't use them for manual labor. So the gun, this turret is just messed up. I don't know why. And it also likes to fall off. It's very loose on this arm. I watched videos and they said that they fixed this problem. So it's like, I figure you got to get it real tight in there. But I think they should just get rid of this design or give us like an adapter that has a handle on it, like the flamethrower. Just make it like the flamethrower so it can hold on to it. Because the thing is, this backpack piece fits on other figures. We could use the flamethrower on the Praetorian Fury on other figures. Turn it into a flame unit. Okay? And you can give that Fury its regular guns and the Gatling guns it comes with. Or buy it a sword or something. So we could make flame units out of our figures. Except for this figure, where it's like, we can't make extra units with its parts. Other than like, oh, this one's not equipped with the Gatling gun. So the Praetorian to me, it's like, because in general, see, again with that, the Praetorian is like a freaking good idea. It's the Mouton. Essentially, it's a combination of the Cobra Bat and the Mouton. Like, it looks like kind of like this bat. A little bit like Overkill. And all that. And this bat looks like the Tracer. But yeah. So, and I'm like, well, why didn't we just get this figure without this? This upset me. Except for the ammo belt coming out. That actually is really cool. Like, what's needed even fits in the LMG. So, but you got to use the box mag. So, yeah, that's really nice. I like that. And everything. It's just, this is just a bad design. I'm not afraid to say it. It's like, no, this is bad. And the swords are probably bad too because they use the same thing. This gun right here, it's supposed to be cool because you get the 3 mags attached to this clip thing. But the gun, because it's a bullpup, it doesn't really work that. I don't know how people are getting them in the hands too. Let me take off this shield. The shields, I'm kind of, on this feet, I kind of like them. They got the Captain America vibe. I hated the idea at first, and it's redundant on this figure because he wants to get hit. Does the shield transfer the energy as well? Does the gun transfer the energy as well? It adds these questions and all that. See, I can't even get it in this hand. This hand is really tight. They look like they're made to hold the mags too. I think that was the idea behind them. But I've been fiddling with this specific hand enough that it's starting to work. But I got to extend the finger out with it. So yeah. And it really doesn't seem to want to hold on to it properly. So. And it just looks stupid. This should not have been a bullpup. This should have been something else. And all that. It does work if you put it on here instead. So if it was like a Nerf Raven, I think it would have been better. Just something really at the front. Yeah, I think that looks better. It actually holds it kind of properly. The mag keeps falling out too. And I don't know if that one is just that I might have a lemon. But I really don't like this rifle. And I almost bought a bunch of these. So I'm like, yeah, no. This I'm going to see if this mag fits in other guns later. But yeah, no, none of that. I don't want to see that anymore. I'd rather have this over that gun. Because you could pretty much fix this thing's problems just by getting a rubber band like 2 of the transparent clear rubber bands and putting them on, especially if it's just for display and all that. But yeah, no, this figure is too finicky for play. I know these are for adults, but let's be honest, guys. We're gonna let kids play with this, okay? Some of us have a family. I want my family. I dreamt about them again. How dare I wake up from the dream? Give me back my family. You ever get that? Damn. I miss that woman. Anyway. There's a nice house too. So yeah, I kind of like the look of it. The little head bobbles too. And we have these things keep falling off. Like you just barely touch them, they come off. So I could kind of get my suspension of disbelief that it's already loaded with bullets and all that. I think this thing should have come with the sword. It should not have been a range fighter. I think that's redundant for what it does. Like, it should chase after you. Like, oh no, I have to fight it off, but it's getting really hot. And everything. Imagine how scary that would be, too. Like, this thing's running after you with the sword. Or just without it, just tries to grab you. And you're trying to fight it off. And every time you're pushing it off, it just gets hotter and hotter. And it's like, and it just bear hugs you and everything. And you're melting in its arms. See, look, it fell off. It could be that maybe you have to put it in on a certain side. But no, it doesn't. It doesn't do that. And I thought maybe if it goes in more, but no. But honestly, I'm thinking about gluing it. It's that bad. And if it had the arm thing, other figures could use it too. If it had the little, like what the flamethrower has, it has a handle. The Kriss Vector that comes with it, I love it. I'm not even going to put it on. I'm giving it to that trooper over there. Okay? I love that Kriss Vector. If anything, I would buy another one of these just for that gun. Yeah. So, is this... I'm going to put this gun in its hands. I want to see how it... Well, one, it was easier to put on, as you could see. So, yeah. You know what? This actually looks really good with it. Huh. This hand sucks. You know, wait a minute. I think I got some, let me take off. Nah, it ruins the silhouette. You have to have this repressor on it. Can he? He's shooting at the hip with it. Huh. Guys, this is actually... Let me give it a different gun. Let's try that out. I'm going to switch out the hand, too. He comes with the normal Valorverse hands. We got the 2 cupping ones. We got the 2 fists. Again, imagine this thing trying to punch you. Like, get into a boxing match with this thing. No, this is the grippy hand. This is the grippy, not the fist. There are the fists right there. Yeah, it's just Rock'em Sock'em robots. I probably will, if the bundle ever comes back, I probably will get another one just to do the Rock'em Sock'em robots. Okay. I'm going to use this Viper gun. It has the same thing where, like, they have enclosed freaking, what are they called? Thumbhole stocks? Yeah. Let's try it. Okay, went on a lot more smoothly. Okay. Put it. Oh wow. That actually looks cool. That looks like Terminator or RoboCop. Dead or alive, you're coming with me. Let's adjust it a bit. He can't really angle his head the way I wanted to, but I don't think he would need to. Oh, wow. I like that. I like that. If you're going to replace your Viper guns, give them to the Praetorians. That looks nice. Wow. That looks really good. That works really well. Let me see. Can the mags... This uses a special big mag. So let's see if I could just stick this mag in there. Yeah. Huh. Well, now. That is something. Of course, it doesn't really fit all that well in there, but if it gets the look. Huh. Interesting. I like that. Okay. You know what? This improves his figure. If you have extras of this gun and you have this figure, you can do that with it. Interesting. I like that. Again, he's so loose, though. I want him to be a bit more stiff. Yeah. I'm giving you a thumbs up. That's actually nice with the backpack and all that. Like, imagine it's like actual it's actual supplies or something. It's taken to the battlefield. Cool. Though I assume you want to see the Kriss Vector in its hands. I think maybe this would have been better if it didn't have this one thing right there. And a grenade launcher. It's a very weird, beefy Kriss Vector, but it's like... It doesn't really have the same dimensions as a Kriss Vector. I don't think it is one. I think it's something completely different. But it's close enough to one that I think we're all confusing it for it. And we won't know until we get more. But it's some weird gun. There we go. I got it in. So yeah. I'm going to switch out the hand to accompanying one. Just to see how it looks. Come on. There we go. Yeah. Oh, very, very hard to get those in. Okay. Okay, it works. Yeah, it works. Though I think if these things don't need to aim, why do they have like reflex sights? Do they aim? Again, more questions I want answered. Well, anyway, let's get to the main part. Let's see him glow. Look at that. That is actually pretty cool. I love that. That is awesome. Surprisingly better than the freaking Tracer. You know what? Let me move the Tracer's gun out of his hand. Let's turn this on again. Put this in his hand so I could show it off. Because the reason why I really wanted these figures was for the Desert Scorpion to have a glow-in-the-dark gun. Because scorpions, under a black light, will glow. So, let's turn it back off. Ta-da. Yeah, it glows better than the Tracer. It's almost white. And look at that. And the gun, freaking, it looks great too. It actually looks like the Scorpion's glow. It is in the same color scheme as the Scorpion. So yeah, no, I'm putting this with my Desert Scorpions. Because it really is. I wish there was a tan version. I would like to have the tan one and then replace it like if I was going to do a scene. But yeah, no, I like it now. When it does what it's supposed to do, glow, it's actually pretty cool. I just wish it had glow-in-the-dark swords. That would have been awesome. It would have been like pincers of a scorpion. But no. Why did we get the worst accessories for this thing? It doesn't make any sense. But it does make it more intimidating. So, yeah. I really enjoy that. And sorry about the flashes. So, I didn't think it would flash like that. But yeah. So what do I think about it? Is it a buy? I don't think it's a good figure at all. Well, Praetorian in itself is a good figure by itself and everything. But with all this, but the Gatling guns ruin it for me. The price, because it's a deluxe figure, it's expensive, but it's like it has the worst accessories. Like that don't make any sense even for its own lore. It doesn't need these. It wants to get hit. So yeah, it just bugs me. If this was just a night vision version of what you see when going through looking at night vision, would have been fine. And that's how I'm going to kind of treat it. That, or it's like a scorpion or something. It glows. I'll figure out something for my little world. But I do like that Kriss Vector. I honestly would buy another one of these just for that gun if I can't find it online. And I think it's like, I actually think like overall, even with all of its faults, it's pretty great. The glow in the dark function is pretty great. It makes it so cool. And putting these guns on it made it cool as well. So yeah, I'm very mixed about it. Would I recommend, if you're getting the bundle and you want at least one of each of these, yeah. If you're gonna army build, I say just get this tracer by itself. But if you're only gonna get the 3 tracers, so you could have one with each head, then I say get the bundle, because having 3 of these guys, I wouldn't say it's a bad idea. I like this. Honestly, this surprised me because thought I was gonna hate it more with all of its flaws, and it's weird lore and all that. But with it glowing, with the Vector being the way it is, and now trying out these weapons, because in the previous review I didn't do that. I just thought of doing it out of the fly. I'm like, can it fit? Can it go on this side? No. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, buy it. Its pros outweigh its cons. Just don't pop off the arms. I hear that they get loose. Also, why would you want to pop off the arms? Is there supposed to be a customization factor to this thing that we don't know about yet? Honestly, and also, like, I really wish they fixed this gun and everything. It has a blast effect. I dropped it earlier, but yeah. It looks like Boruto's hair. It's just a big blast effect for it. Also, like, again, it's like, are we going to get more of these things in glow in the dark with more accessories? Why don't we have accessory packs for these things that aren't just the sword and the guns? And it's like improved versions of this freaking minigun and everything. And the backpacks and all that. And the flamethrower. But anyway. So yeah. I ended up liking this figure despite having my opinions on it. Because it hurts my brain. My brain is like, it's really weird. There's nothing wrong with it at all, but it's just weird. I'm peak human. I am the peak human. I have peak human physical performance and all that. But yeah, it's just thinking about this figure bothers me. Playing with this figure, I actually like it. But it's a clanker. And we here in the Copper Legion are not pro clanker, okay? And that is a good reason not to buy it, because clankers are the enemy. They steal jobs from perfectly good humans. And for that, it must be destroyed. Pew. Drop your weapon. What? Drop your weapon. You have 5 seconds to comply. Guys, deal with it. You have 4 seconds to comply. Guys, you have 3 seconds to comply. Two seconds to comply. I dropped the weapon. It also dropped the weapon. Ha! Ah! Well, thank you all, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you all have a good night. Bye-bye.